Well, good morning, cruisers. Welcome to another day on our Alaskan cruise. And just at the moment, we are pulling into Juneau. I was up very early this morning, around 6 o'clock this morning, when I saw us pulling in. Got some lovely shots as we were coming in past the spectacular mountains, snow-capped mountains. And now, if you think of Alaska, that is exactly what you think about, isn't it? The green against the white just looked absolutely beautiful. And it was so silent as well. It was absolutely peaceful this morning. Anyway, I did my little morning routine of popping down to get myself a coffee, and I also grabbed Ben one as well to try and coax him out of bed, wake him up with the smell of caffeine because it's an early start this morning, and so we need as much caffeine as we can get to get us going. So we're just pulling into Juneau. I can see we're just spinning around into the dock at the moment, so we better start getting ready to get off and explore. I can't wait. It's going to be a fab day. So as you may remember from our last episode, we're currently in a cabin on deck 9 that's right at the very front, and one unique feature is that we have a view of the flybridge. So this is the little bit of the bridge that sticks out at the side, and they use these when they are docking. So currently, because we're docking on our side of the ship today, there's quite a lot of activity up there, so it's quite interesting to see. Actually, we're actually going to be able to see them dock the ship from the little flybridge there, which is pretty cool actually. Little bonus of having this view here.
Well, a very good morning, everybody. Hello. Yes, had my coffee, had a nice shower. It is very early. It's about 7:20, but I am here for it. Very excited to go on this whale watching tour with Celebrity today on the Celebrity Solstice. We're in Juneau, if David hasn't already told you, and yeah, we're just gonna go downstairs at the meeting point and then get off and go on the search for some whales. I am so excited. I love a good whale. We're off the ship now, guys. It's nice and fresh out here, especially wearing all of these layers. It makes sense now because you start getting very hot inside. We've met our group and then we're going to head down to the boat now. Very excited. Hopefully we see lots of whales today. Fingers crossed for us, guys. It's always, it's never guaranteed, but fingers crossed they'll find some for us. So we just took a short 15-minute bush journey filled with facts and all of the different types of wildlife are here. We're going to be looking for bears. We've already seen some eagles, and yeah, we're just waiting for our boat. We're going to go on a 2-hour journey on the hunt for some whales. We are very early in the season. We're one of the first ships because it's very early May, so that's early in the season. So hopefully we do find some on the way. Fingers crossed. The captain's going to look. Apparently they all talk to each other as well, all the different boats. So everybody who's on a tour today, all of the captains will talk to each other just to see if they can find the actual the boats. But apparently it's the first sunny day in literally a couple of months, so we are so lucky, guys. The weather is absolutely blooming glorious. It's blue skies, sunny. It's actually quite warm in the sun, so yeah, hoping for a really nice day. And the water just looks beautiful. It looks like glass with all of the mountains in the background, so very, very excited to get started.
This scenery is incredible, honestly. I've never seen anything like it. It almost looks fake. It looks like a fake background. Those mountains are incredible. And it's perfect for whale watching because it is so still. You can spot them really easily. And we've been really lucky because we've already seen one. He did a little tail wag. He sort of did his tail wave. He's dived down now, or she's dived down now. So we're keeping our eyes peeled. Everyone's got a corner of the ship and is keeping the eyes peeled for where it'll pop up to next.
This is so lovely. It's so quiet out here because it's so still. We've seen 3 whales so far and a bunch of seals on one of the buoys, which is very cool indeed. We can see some gorgeous sights, obviously the mountains and the snow, and some lighthouses as well, which is just beautiful, guys. But this is gorgeous. It's just beautiful. The day, it's warm, which is crazy because yesterday when we were at the glacier, it was freezing and rainy. So it's crazy how the weather can change so quickly and so dramatically. But we are so lucky. It's just so silent. It's gorgeous. So I could whisper and you can hear me. It's crazy. So we're back in Juneau. That tour was absolutely fabulous, guys. Our tour guide, Kevin, was amazing. 3 whales and lots of wildlife. We saw some seals, some otters. Absolutely awesome. We're going to have a little wander around now, taking the sights of Juneau, the capital of Alaska, and just yeah, taking in the sights, maybe go and have a look at some shops and stuff, and just have a nice day of exploring on our own. Let's go and have a look, shall we?
So we've got quite a lot of time. We've got about 5 hours left. We don't need to be on board till 6:30. That's the good thing, I guess, about getting up early. You're really making the most of the day. Having a tour in the morning for us has worked out much better, and some ships are just getting in now as well, so we've got a good time. We've got a long time in port, which is great. Got myself a little coffee to warm up because it has got a little bit chilly now. Now that sun has gone in, it gets a little bit nippy, so you definitely need layers. We keep saying it, but 1 minute I'm boiling and the next minute I'm freezing.
What else did we get, David? We got a little treat, didn't we? I've never seen one of these before. It's a scone.
Well,
a chocolate chip scone.
Trust us two Brits to sniff out a scone.
Have a look at it.
We were in there quicker than a sea lion on a rock face. Look at that.
Oh, that looks delicious, doesn't it? Look at that. Go on, give me a chunk of that, David. You try it first.
Now, all it's missing is some cream and jam, but I'm here for it. I'm not going to complain.
That looks delicious. It's massive.
It's got like a lemon or a vanilla flavour to it. It's really good.
Let's get this into my mouth, shall we?
I'd say it's less fluffy as the scones we get in the UK, more crumbly.
A little bit on the dry side, but the chocolate chip and the little drizzle on top, who doesn't love a bit of drizzle, is delicious. That is really, really good. And the coffee is absolutely delicious. And like David said, it's keeping us nice and warm. The scenery around here is just ridiculous. So you've got all of these like normal looking kind of Western buildings. It looks like a movie set. But then you've got all of the mountains and things in the background. It's quite magical, really. It's such a weird contrast. It's very cool indeed, guys. It's very awesome to be here. And I'm so glad you can be here with us as well. We have to say a big thank you to our patrons as well. Our patrons help us to be able to do trips like this. We have been invited on board by Celebrity Cruises. We've had to pay for a lot of stuff ourselves along the way as well. And we'll only work with cruise lines who don't tell us what to say, like Celebrity, which we really appreciate. Most of the trips are self-funded, and in return for becoming a patron, we give you things like early access to our videos, ad-free access to our videos, but most importantly, we make videos just for our patrons. So full-length vlogs that nobody else gets to see. Plus we do things like a monthly video chat, which is so much fun. You too can find out about becoming a patron in the description section below. Now, back to this little sconage. I think we're going to have some lunch off the ship as well. We're very excited. And then we'll get back on and show you some amazing things about the ship because we are having the best time. We are big fans of Celebrity, as you know. I know we've been invited on board, but nobody pays us what to say, guys. We absolutely love Celebrity. We really enjoy the food, the ships and the ambience. It's just the kind of perfect match for us. So So we've came for a bite to eat, and this is one of the most famous spots around here. It's where all the food trucks are, so it's literally just steps away from the port, and there's quite a few food trucks in this area, and it's got a little outdoor seating. Some of it is inside. It's got little fire pits and things. I've went to Dave's this is really hard to say, guys. Deckhand Dave's Wild Alaskan Fish Tacos. And I went for the taco sampler, so you get a rockfish, a salmon fish, and a halibut. And all the fish here was caught just within a few yards of here, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? Looks really tasty and delicious, and I went for a spicy mayonnaise on there. Let's try it. That batter is so good, and it has a kick to it as well. The batter's light and crispy, and the fish inside is super flaky. Also got a little cheeky side of fries, which are got what we call chip spice at home, so it's like a paprika spice on them. Very delicious, guys. Exactly what I fancied today. Something a little bit different and absolutely full of flavour. Really good. Oh my gosh, David, those fries are legitimately delicious. I went for a crepe. I went for a barbecue chicken crepe because I don't really eat fish. It is so scrumdiddlyumptious, guys, and it's lovely and hot on this lovely cold day. It feels great, like eating in the outdoors in Alaska. It feels kind of awesome. It feels kind of festive as well. Really, really enjoying it. Just taking in the food and the atmosphere, and yeah, very nice indeed. Delicious.
Now, we've already mentioned it a few times. When packing for a cruise in Alaska, layers are essential because 1 minute it can be boiling hot, next minute it's freezing cold. Now, one big thing that we've been using on this cruise and has helped us out with those bulky items is Extra. They sent us their all-new Travel Vacuum Kit Plus to use on this trip, and it's been an absolute lifesaver. It's had some massive upgrades, including a new central valve for perfectly even compression and a seam-sealed construction, so it always stays airtight way longer with zero leaks. It comes in a new transparent finish, which makes it so much easier trying to find things in your cruise cabin or when you're going between hotels without having to unpack every single thing in your suitcase. We highly recommend Extra products. I've actually been using my Extra wallet for about 4 years now, so they've sent over 2 of their brand new card holder pros for us to check out. They come in a new sleek design, and I absolutely love this green colour. Plus, check this out. It's actually MagSafe on both sides. They pop your cards out at a click of a button, and they're absolutely perfect for keeping your cruise cards and credit cards secure while you're out and about exploring in the port. Exeter is currently running their massive Father's Day sale where you can get up to 50% off. And if you use our promo code Ben and David at the checkout, you can unlock an extra 20% off your entire order. Just scan the QR code that's on the screen right now or click the link in the description section below. And don't forget to use code Ben and David at the checkout.
Yeah, so we're just having a nice little wander around Juneau really. The one thing you can do is the cable car, the Gold Belt tram, but it's closed at the moment because the other day we saw it on Instagram. There was a big accident, unfortunately, with two staff members who were injured. So it's closed down at the moment, unfortunately. So that's one option you can't do because that is a very steep cable car to the top of the mountain, which we would have liked to have done today. So that's a shame. But yeah, whilst you're here, you can find loads of local vendors as well who are selling lots of tours. So if you haven't booked anything, obviously just check that they're reputable and check the prices are what you should expect and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just nice to stretch our legs and get some fresh air. Oh, this is delightful. We're back on the ship now. The great thing is that we parked literally right next to the high street. So when you saw us earlier on looking around the shops, which was really cool, well, literally the ship's just here and I'm just sat on the balcony with my lovely little cardigan on, trying to keep warm and just watching the downtown area with all of the beautiful mountains in the background. It really is quite stunning. It's gorgeous. We're going to head downstairs now, check out a bit of the entertainment. There's a Whitney Houston tribute on in the theatre, plus some dueling pianos in the brand new Boulevard bar as well. So we're going to go check that out, the little lounge, and just go hang out around the ship and see, enjoy some of the new areas on board because there is so much going on. One thing that we love about Celebrity Cruises is the entertainment. It's part of the Royal Caribbean group, so it's a sister brand to Royal Caribbean, so they're known for their fantastic entertainment, and Celebrity Cruises is no different. It's really, really good. It's up there with the top guys because a lot of cruise lines now are cutting back on the entertainment, which is so rubbish because it's our favourite thing. That and the food are the most important to us on a cruise ship, so we love our entertainment. It's great to see in all of the shows we've saw so far a full orchestra, like a 9-piece orchestra, which is fabulous. Loads of live singers and performers, which is amazing. So there's plenty to keep you occupied if you're not into all of the scenery. But I mean, I love both, so it's just a win-win for me. But yeah, we're going to be pushing back and going out soon to our next port of Ketchikan, which we're going to show you tomorrow as well. So let's waste no more time, head downstairs and see what the ship has to offer tonight.
That was so much fun. Now, we've seen dueling pianos on a lot of cruise lines and it's not something we always go to, but I really enjoyed that. Everyone was singing along, clapping, cheering. There was little stories in between the songs and it really just felt so much fun. I really enjoyed it. Now, they're doing different shows throughout the cruise. This was kind of like a set show, but they said during the cruise as well they're going to do requests, so you can actually request them to do any song, which is really, really cool.
Just opposite the Boulevard Lounge, you've got the parlour as well, which is so nice. It's another new part of the ship like we showed you last week. Just came for a few drinks just to chill out, take in the ambience, but it's lovely. It's like a open courtyard concept, so it's open plan in here with loads of games and different types of games, so board games and foosball and things like that, and they've got a nice menu. You can also order food as well. It is an extra charge, but it's just like little light bites like you'd find in like a pub or somewhere like that, so that's great. It looks very nice as well. But we've got another show. It's a Whitney Houston tribute, and we love a bit of the Houston, so let's go and see what that's all about, shall we? Just on the way to the show, guys, why have the elevators got blooming glass doors where you've got to walk over? It's absolutely terrifying. My gosh, I'm sure cruise ships are just trying to be more scary and scary. Right, where's the theatre? Down here, let's go. Well, a very good morning. It's the next morning, guys, and we had planned, you know, for that Instagram-worthy YouTuber influencer thing where we're going to have our breakfast on the balcony overlooking the beautiful mountains in the background because we're in Alaska and all of that. It is blooming freezing. So we set it all up there for a few shots and brought it back in because it is so windy and so cold out there. It is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous out there when you're all wrapped up, but it's not suitable for a breakfast, so we brought it in. Now, after the show last night, we went and grabbed a bit of dinner and had a little bit of a chill watching the sunset in our cabin, and it's the next day now, and we're going to be getting into Ketchikan a little bit later on, and we're going to go and enjoy the ship and some more things on board, but we have ordered some breakfast. We've ordered a fruit plate, some pastries, most importantly, some coffee. So let's sit on the couch and enjoy it, shall we? I'm very excited because it is very nice being able to have room service in your room, not having to go anywhere else, and just still being able to enjoy the scenery. We can still see it through the windows, but with just a little bit more warmth, because you never know with Alaska, it can be blooming boiling one minute, then freezing the next minute, but this is lovely.
Apologies for the absolute state of our room, guys. We're going to be real. We like to keep it real with you guys. This is what a real cabin looks like with 2 people living in it.
And we could have faked it and did the whole breakfast outside still, but we're not going to do that sort of stuff on our channel, are we, David?
It's so cold out there and it's so windy. It looks beautiful, but being out there is very, very different. Now, the other day we did sit out there and we were all wrapped up with blankets and that was fine, but it's that wind chill that gets you. Anyway, breakfast, we went light because we're trying to not go wild on this cruise food wise. So I ordered the fruit plate because it's the light option. I should have asked for maybe a heavier version of it because it's quite small, but it's perfectly fine. Don't forget you can order as much as you want.
David, that pineapple looks like Pac-Man eating the melon. Right, can we get some coffee first of all? Because I need to warm up now. It's blooming freezing.
Okay, cue the fancy Instagram, YouTube coffee pouring shot. Go.
Ready?
Okay.
Right, go for it.
Are you doing it in slow motion or shall I be slow motion?
You pretend to be slow motion. Right, ready?
We're singing 2 different songs here.
Drip, drop. Drip, drop.
Think about
drip,
me
drop.
every night. Oh, is it
It's gonna be
espresso?
Now available on Spotify on our new album. We can't sing. Anyway, guys, yeah, you know, we're kind of not those sort of influencers. We keep things real here on Ben and David, but we have to say the food's been fantastic so far. Really has been, and we can't wait to take you for some more today. Slept really well last night. I really did. The jet lag, I think, is finally over. What have we got here, David? So this is that savoury?
It smells funky.
Is that a savoury croissant? A savoury pastry? Should I have a little try?
It's not what you expect when you put it in. It has a little surprise for you.
When you put it in?
Your mouth.
I've got something to in you.
Oh, it's not savoury.
I thought it was salty.
No, it's delicious. It's like coconut and maybe like apricot and things like that. Can I try some of this coffee? Because David, very selfishly, only poured himself 1 coffee and not me one. So let's have a little coffee. Look at this, guys. I don't know if you can see this because this lens isn't that wide. We've had problems with our camera, by the way. This is why we're using our little DJI. So we're apologising if the footage doesn't look quite good as usual. My camera has had a failure. So just leaving Vancouver, the shutter thing on the front has broken, so I can't use it, which really sucks. We've got this as a backup, obviously, but there's no place to get it fixed or even buy another camera in Alaska at all. So that's why it maybe hasn't been looking as nice as possible. We are gutted about that because we love our footage looking a little bit better. We've got all of our lenses and everything, just not a blooming camera, which sucks. But we'll get that fixed when we're in Vancouver. Let's have a little try of this coffee, shall we? It looks lovely. Oh, it feels nice and warm as well. A coffee in the morning to start the day. As I always say, first coffee but first coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet, obviously. Ooh, that's actually pretty damn good. Pretty delicious if I don't say so myself. Still though, sat here by the window looking at the scenery, which is lovely, but I'm nice and warm instead of being absolutely blooming freezing. But yeah, just chilling out, relaxing, get a bit of work done. We don't get into Ketchikan till about 1:30 p.m. We're just looking at what to do at the moment, and yeah, we're just going to have a nice relaxing morning moment, person, Ben, me. I can't talk yet, guys. I need more coffee, don't I? But yeah, I'm going to just devour all these pastries now. David, what do you think of the... David!
I'm going straight to sauce, Ben.
You
I
can't
need
do
this
that.
caffeine. The jet lag has been kicking our butts this cruise as well. And today is the first day I actually feel relatively human.
Me too.
Pretty fabulous. Yeah, it's nice. A little breakfast to start. I've had some fruit. We've got a little breakfast desserts. That's usually Ben's line. I'm stealing it today, Ben.
I hope there's 2 of those muffins, David, because I want a muffin too. Is there? Oh, there's lots of croissants. I'll have a croissant. Well, save me half, please.
Shall I be kind and give you this muffin?
No, I'll just have half. No, what's yours is mine.
I'm really sweet, so you can have my muffin.
Okay, David.
I'm not bluffing. Have my muffin.
No, switch it in half. Just give it a knife it in half.
Do you like? But I like. To be fair, I only like the muffin tops.
Will you have the muffin top and I'll have the muffin bottom? That doesn't sound right.
To be fair, I'm
To be fair, you like the crispy bit and I like the more substantial bit in the middle.
Yeah, you like the soft bit and I like the crunchy bit.
The hard bit.
I do. I like the muffin tops. I'm sorry, but I do. If there was a world where a bakery only made muffin tops, I would be so happy because that's what I like. Brand muffins.
Right, let's finish this, have showers, then go and explore the ship, eh? Okay, so we've arrived in Ketchikan and it looks absolutely beautifully, parked very closely. Some of the cruise lines park very far in a place called Ward Cove and it's miles away, but we're parked right in the centre, so we're going to head in and go see what's going on and what's about.
So we are off the ship and we're going to start exploring the city of Ketchikan. Now the weather today, it's overcast with slight spits of rain, which apparently is very normal because it's the rainiest city in North America. Last year alone they had 168 inches of rain. It's also the salmon capital of North America. So let's head into Ketchikan, see what the city is like and explore some of the streets, shall we?
Well, Ketchikan is certainly living up to its reputation that it's the wettest place in North America. I honestly thought where we lived was wet, but apparently not. We went to see the Lumberjack show, guys, about $40 each. It was pretty good, but I am absolutely so disappointed. I wasn't expecting it to be like dweeby college kids as lumberjacks. I thought it was going to be a big, strong, muscly man, you know, like cutting his wood and all of that sort of stuff. But no, it wasn't. It was just dweeby college kids, which was quite funny, but it was quite funny. But yeah, it's really raining now, so we're going to have to go back to the ship. Yeah, we can't really film because our equipment's going to get ruined outside because it is absolutely throwing it down now. But yeah, it's a lovely place to wander around. We've had a look in a couple of the shops. It's all very much just touristy stuff that you'll find anywhere. But we're going to get back onto the warmth of the ship now and try and avoid my cameras getting wet. Hi guys, just laying in bed, legitimately watching us sail away. David's there. Hi David.
Hello.
But yeah, we're just watching the world go by as we leave Ketchikan. It's getting dark now and this is just amazing. We've opened up the door so we can hear the rain and the wind and we're just watching the rain pelt down, and this is honestly, I know it sounds ridiculous, one of my favourite things on a cruise. It is so lovely just listening and watching and just chilling, having a little bit of a read and a wind down before bed. It's the best thing ever. Anyway, I'm just going to continue listening to this and we'll see you tomorrow morning. I was just saying to David how well this ship holds its passengers. So it's actually got 2,900 on board, which is the very maximum. But everywhere seems still very, very quiet, which is very lovely indeed, because on some of these new mega ships, especially when they're full, it is pretty chaotic. But this one has been very pleasant indeed. Even on a sea day where everybody is on the ship, there's still so many places to go and chill and relax, which we really like. Oh, Mary, mother of Jesus and Joseph. Well, just Jesus. It's freezing. We're just cutting through. We've just taken a look at the lunch in the buffet. It's a little bit busy for us. We don't like it when it's that busy in the buffet anyway. It's the extravaganza offering because it's a sea day, our last sea day, so it's very busy because of that, because you've got beautiful cakes, you've got about 5 different types of freshly cut meats and salmon and vegetables and foods all over the place. So it's a bit busy for us. I know I was just saying it was quiet everywhere else because it is, but obviously everybody wants to get a piece of that cake. No pun intended. We're going to find somewhere just a bit quieter, a little bit more civilized, and that's great because there are so many choices, both paid and complimentary whilst you're on board the ship as well. So you're not going to go hungry, are you? You're really not.
So we've decided we're going to head down to the main dining room for lunch. It's a little bit calmer. You get to sit down, take it all in, and relax a little bit more. But we've just walked past the Spa Cafe, which has some sort of light bite and healthy options. It looks really nice, guys. The food options mostly are included as well, and some of the smoothers and stuff like that are an extra charge. But let's head down to the main dining room. So we've came to the main dining room for lunch and we have looked out with a beautiful window table. It's quite rough out there today, guys, but the ship is holding really well. There is a little bit of motion in the ocean, but it's still very comfortable. And I've got my first course, which was a giant bread basket. I've been doing well actually. I've only had one piece so far because I'm trying to avoid the bread. And then I also got some delicious mushroom soup as well, which is exactly what you need on a cold Alaskan day, something warm and delicious. Very tasty indeed.
Yeah, sorry guys, trigger warning about the microphones. We're doing this so we don't disturb the people next to us, which we always try not to do. We try and stay undercover so nobody knows what we're doing. We're like in the corner, like, do not look at me. Anyway, really good. The menu changes every single day. It's open for lunch every sea day. So on a non-sea day, port day, you won't be able to come to the main dining room. It'll just be open for breakfast and dinner. Let's have a little try, shall we? I went for a salad, a fresh salad with a vinaigrette on there. I thought I'd start light because we've got a very busy day today and we've got a gigantic meal in a brand new place coming up tonight as well, which I kind of want to save myself for a little bit as well. Well, all I can say is that salad should be embarrassed because I just saw it dressing. Did you get it? Because I saw it. Anyway, very good. Crunchy, fresh. Nice, really nice vinaigrette on there. Do like a bit of balsamic. Can't complain. Just back in the room now, guys. Lunch was pretty good. Had spaghetti bolognese and a really nice creme brulee for dessert. It was banana creme brulee. David had a panini, which was lovely, and then he had some chocolate mousse, which was pretty basic, but it was pretty good. A nice little lunch offering. So what we're going to do now is just get ready for the evening and really enjoy our night here on Celebrity Solstice. We're just entering down near Canada now, and the scenery is getting very pretty outside as well, which is lovely. So we've got some lovely mountainous views outside. The weather has cleared up a little bit as well. It was a little bit rocky earlier on, but it's nice and smooth now. So let's jump in the shower and head on out.
2 hours later.
Sorry guys, our cabin's a blooming mess because we're packing to leave. Anyway, that brings us to some of the mistakes that we think that you can make on an Alaska cruise. I've made them, David's made them. The first one is packing the right clothes for the trip. Now, nothing in particular to pack, but what we would recommend is layers, because Alaska is a beast when it comes to weather. It can either be beautifully sunny and quite hot, or it can be downright freezing, miserable, rainy, drizzly. So you just pack for everything really. And what we do recommend is layers. So lots of different layers. So like an undershirt, then like a t-shirt or blouse, and then a fleece or like a sweater to put over the top of that. Then a coat, and then a little waterproof jacket as well, just in case it is warm, but you don't want the big heavy coat. Oh, my phone's just fell on the floor. It survived, which is good. But yeah, just all about layers. Definitely bring some gloves, bring some scarves, and bring some hats as well, because it can get very, very chilly, especially if you plan to go on a boat in the open water. That's where it gets very, very cold indeed, and sometimes it can be quite windy. But don't forget, like I said, we've been in Alaska where it's absolutely roasting on a sunny day with little wind. It can get very warm. I'm talking like 80 degrees, which is crazy. So obviously make sure you bring your sunglasses, and no matter what the weather is, don't forget sun cream, sun lotion, and sun protection as well. Even though it can be very cold with those sunny skies, the UV rays are really strong, so you can get really burned, and if there's any sort of snow on the ground or anything, it reflects, and with the water as well. So make sure you bring protection for that as well. Definitely would recommend bringing some seasickness tablets or something like that. We use Bonine. That's our preferred choice of medication. Obviously speak to a doctor. We're not a professional, we're not medical professionals. We use Bonine because it's non-drowsy. Things like Dramamine and other things can be quite drowsy, so we don't want it to make us feel groggy or anything like that, which is really important. But most important, guys, is those layers. Make sure you're nice and warm, but that you're able to take things off when they get when it gets too warm, because sometimes you're in and out, you're out and in, you can be on your balcony. So just make sure you bring all of that stuff. Other things that I would recommend, definitely bring a camera if you can, your best camera, because the scenery here is absolutely amazing and you don't want to miss it. If you've got a lens that zooms in, make sure you bring that, because often the scenery or what you're looking at, like whales or bears or other types of wildlife, can be quite far away. A Panera bread, don't bring a Panera bread. That's not a good idea. The food on here is much better. Bring some binoculars as well if you can, if you've got some, because that's a great way to see some of the scenery that you might miss out when it's a little bit further away. But for us, it's all about those layers. It really is. It's so important. Just bringing the correct different types of layers so that you're okay for all different types of weather. Inside, it can either be warm or freezing, depending on the aircon in your cabin as well. So if you're going hiking, make sure you bring a proper pair of hiking shoes. But even if you're not going hiking, we would recommend something that's waterproof. So a waterproof pair of sneakers or trainers if you're in the UK, just to make sure if it does rain and you get wet, that your shoes aren't going to get soaking wet, because it'll be really hard to dry them unless you've got a laundry facility on board. So make sure that you're protected that way. So just a really good strong pair of footwear. You don't need huge boots or Wellington boots as we call them in the UK. You just need a solid pair of waterproof or semi-waterproof sneakers or trainers. toes and you'll be completely set. Make sure you bring all the things like socks so you're nice and comfortable and nice and warm down there on your little tickly toes. David, but there's another thing which you shouldn't miss, and he's going to tell you about it.
Yes, so important is your phone. Nowadays on cruises everything is done through the phone, and here on Celebrity even more so. So they do have an app. It's a great app, and that is where you can do everything on the ship. It's where you can see what's going on, you can look at the menus, you can look at dining, you can look at your bill as well. So make sure you download the Celebrity Cruises app before you get on board the ship so that you're all set and ready to go. So when you're on board the ship, you do connect to the ship's Wi-Fi, but it is free if you're just using the app. You don't need a Wi-Fi package to use the app while you're on board. Also, we like to have a good weather app just to see what the weather's going to be like, but if we're being totally honest, we've found in Alaska weather apps, they don't always get it right. It can change on a dime. You can be off the ship and it can be glorious sunshine, and then you can pop into a shop, pop out of the shop, and it's torrential rain. So just make sure you are prepared for all seasons like Ben mentioned.
Oh guys, you know, we do love it when you come and say hello to us. We really do on a cruise ship. It makes our day. And we've just spoken to the most wonderful people on this cruise. We really have, who've came and shared their stories about how they watch us and that we make them happy, which is so lovely. It's not something we really ever expected. We just thought we'd do this and sort of have a bit of a laugh and give you a bit of advice and stuff, but it's really became sort of our life. It's all down to you guys, our viewers, and when you come and say hello to us, it really does mean the world to us. Even if we look busy or anything like that, sometimes we look a bit miserable or whatever, we're just doing a bit of work in the background, still come and say hello to us. We won't bite hard, I promise. Anyway, we came to the world-class bar. David's just gone to grab us a drink. Just wanted to say, remember though, that this is a regular cruise as well. It's just like any other cruise. So if you're wanting to take part in sort of themed nights, or you want to go like to the gala nights, which is a little bit more dressy uppy, you don't have to dress up at all. You can wear what you want really within reason. Like the dining rooms on an evening, you shouldn't really wear shorts or anything that's ripped or big logos or anything like that. But if you want to partake in all of that, make sure you bring something nice to wear if you want to do that. It does feel very lovely. We're not ones that really like big formal nights or anything, but we do like getting dressed up a little bit like tonight and sort of just strolling around and seeing how everybody else is dressing, grabbing a seat in a bar like this, having a cocktail or two and just people watching. It's really lovely. And this ship has felt really nice for that. It feels very warm, even though the weather outside's a little bit cold. It feels very warm and lovely inside, so it's very cozy. I do like these Alaska cruises for that. The cozy factor, as I like to call it. But yeah, going to get a drink, and then we're going to go see the second of the two brand new shows on board. So we mentioned it last week, but there's two brand new production shows on board since the huge refit, and the second one is tonight, and it's called Rockology. The first one was amazing, so we're really looking forward to the second one. And then we're going somewhere brand new for dinner as well. So it's a brand new restaurant on the Celebrity Solstice. There are so many new places on this thing. I think there's 8 brand new experiences since that huge refit, plus the addition of loads of extra little bars and nooks and crannies and things. So if you didn't watch that episode last week, make sure you go back and watch it.
So I went for something different. I went for a Smoky Bloom, which is a cocktail made with whiskey, and it's supposed to be like zesty and lemony, and then he even put pepper on top of it as well.
Shouldn't it be blue?
Why would it be blue?
Because it's called Smoky Blue?
No, Smoky Bloom.
Oh, bloom, like the flower.
My pronunciation. Oh, it's very tart. I don't get much of a whiskey flavour, but I can taste the smokiness. Almost tastes very Christmassy. It's got like a cinnamon taste to it as well. I quite like that actually. That's pretty good.
And David got me a non-alcoholic gin, so a fake gin cocktail. It looks very pink and very green. Let's have a little taste. Oh, it's a bit like Wicked, isn't it? From Glinda. That is actually super nice. I was expecting it to be really, really sweet and like sugary and overpowering, but it's not. It's very, very refreshing and light. It's like very lemony and citrusy. That is actually quite delightful. Very nice indeed. Just loving here, sitting here, watching the people go by below, doing a bit of shopping because all the shops are below. Like we said, it reminds me of the Quantum class ships from Royal Caribbean, where you've got the schooner bar upstairs and then you've got all of the shops downstairs. It's a very similar layout to that, and you can even see outside through the windows, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, very nice indeed. Going to enjoy my drinkage.
So the next mistake that you really do need to avoid before you do an Alaskan sailing is not planning in advance. Now we say this for all cruises, but especially for Alaska sailings, you really need to do your homework before you've left home and get everything in place. Now this means in the ports. So when you get into a port, you need to know exactly what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be seeing, or what you want to see, and any excursions you want to do. So booking excursions, the more popular ones, they do sell out very quickly, so make sure you book them as soon as you can. When you get to the port, there will be people selling excursions, but they can be quite intense. Personally, I don't like booking excursions when we get to the port. I'd rather have something in place before I get there so I know exactly what I'm doing. But how do you know what to do when you get to these ports? Because some of them can be quite intense and it can be overwhelming. Well, the best thing to do is, first of all, look at reviews. Look at reviews online. You can literally search online and there is so much information out there about what to do in these Alaskan ports. Look at YouTube videos like this one to see what you want to do. That's how we do it. We like to see what people have done, what looks pretty and what piques our interest, and that's how we plan our days in port. If you're into food as well, look at food places and everything. And a big thing that you need to do when you're on these sailings is take a look at your cruise itinerary and especially your port arrival and departure times. Now, when you're booking a cruise, we always say make sure you have the most time in port, and that is true for Alaska because sometimes the excursions can be quite far away from the ports that you are visiting. If you're going to do an excursion third party, by that I mean not booking it through the cruise line, just make sure that they are reputable, they've got lots of reviews, and they are going to get you back to the ship in time because the ship, it will not wait for you. And that is even so when you're doing your own thing. If you're going to be doing hikes, you're going to be going off, just make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get back to the cruise ship.
So the next mistake is not picking the right cruise and itinerary for you. So like David said, make sure you really check how long you're getting in port and that you're porting, so docking in the places that are close to the port, because not all docks are created equal. For example, in Ketchikan, some cruise lines port all the way in a place called Ward Cove, and that can be like 20 minutes away, guys, so that eats a big part of your time. We found here on Celebrity Cruises that all of the docks that we've parked in or docked in have been super close to the centre, which is absolutely fantastic. And picking the right ship is so important because you are going to be doing a lot of scenic cruising, so you're going to be spending a lot of time on board looking at things off the ship. So you want something that can really do that well. Places with large observation lounges. Celebrity Solstice, tick, an amazing lounge with loads of windows all around. Windows in lots of the venues, like even here inwards we can see outside. We've got a lovely walk around deck and plenty of space outside with lots of hot tubs. Plus, not just inside, we mentioned it last week, but you've got a lovely indoor solarium, which means that you can still go in the pool and the hot tubs even when it's absolutely freezing outside. So basically you want somewhere that's quite panoramic inside, and we found that the Celebrity Solstice, we're not being paid to say this, has been fantastic for that because there are so many areas both inside and outside where we can enjoy the scenery without getting wet, without getting cold. But if we do want to go outside, there's bonkers loads of space as well, and it's not overcrowded, which is lovely. And what we've really enjoyed is that even on some of the scenic sailing days, they open the front of the ship, so the area that's usually just reserved for the crew where the helicopter would land or winch if there was an emergency, so you get the most amazing 360 views at the front of the ship, which is really nice as well. Right, we've got about 10-15 minutes for the show, David, so should we go ahead and see what that's all about? So the show Rockology was absolutely fantastic, guys. It was really good. It was kind of going through the ages, like the 70s to the 80s with all of the rock tunes. Then we had some aerialists come down as well, but the singers and dancers were fantastic. And then we had a whole march with all of the crew who went back by and said hello and thanked us for cruising with the captain and the cruise director Corinne, who is really lovely. We actually had her as a cruise director on the Sun Princess with Princess Cruises, but she's moved over to Celebrity now, so it was so lovely to see her as well. She's a fabulous cruise director, and it was just a great show overall. It was really fantastic, high energy, amazing singers and amazing dancers. Then straight after that we headed for dinner in the steakhouse, which is brand new on board, and we had a really good meal. I had a really nice salad with bacon for starters, applewood bacon. It was fancy. Then David had a lobster salad followed by a chicken dinner, and I had the steak steak, the filet mignon, which was delicious. We had a couple of sides as well, like some fries, which were big chunky chips, and some mac and cheese. Then for dessert, we had a lovely brownie, and I had the apple pie, which was lovely. I am absolutely stuffed. It is now 11 p.m, guys, 11:30 p.m, and we are just packing. So David's in the background finishing all of the packing, and we're nearly done, David.
Does it look like I'm nearly done?
I'm trying to get all of the footage off the camera.
This is the latest we have ever left packing. I don't even know where to start, honestly. Look at the wardrobe, Ben.
It looks a mess, David.
There's stuff everywhere. Like, usually people put their bags out the night before, but you know when you do something, like we're so lucky to do a lot of cruising, to the point where we now have just left it to the last minute. We're like, oh, it's fine, we'll do it later, but no. Later is now. I've got to finish. I've got so much more to do.
Now, whilst David finishes that, I'm going to give you our top few other mistakes that people make on Alaska cruises. Now, one of the big ones is budgeting for your cruise. So obviously you've got to pay for your cruise. Generally, it's quite the same price as any other cruise, really. I don't see any price differences between this and, say, the Caribbean. But the big difference is with the shore excursions. Now, shore excursions in Alaska are very expensive. If you book them on board, if you book a third party, they do tend to be a little bit more expensive. And you're in Alaska, you want to do as much as possible, right? Now, some of the ports, like where we've been in this video, you can just walk around, but you've got to go and see all of the amazing things, don't you? So please do budget that into your cruise when you're booking an Alaska cruise, because it might even end up being more expensive than the cruise itself. Now, my last biggest mistake I think you can make on a cruise to Alaska, this thing here, not having a balcony. I think it's one of the cruises where having a balcony really does pay off if you can stretch to it, if you can save for that, because it really does make a difference. Either that or a big picture window, because the scenery in Alaska is non-stop. It is absolutely stunning and spectacular every corner you turn. So having access to that just via your own private oasis outside is so important, in my opinion. Now, don't let it put you off a cruise. If you can't afford one, that's completely fine. An inside cabin is better than not coming on a cruise at all. But if you can stretch for it, guys, really do recommend it, because it's one of the few places where looking outside, especially whilst on a ship with all of the scenic sailing that you do, you'll often do 2 or 3 days of scenic sailing on a cruise. It's very different to other cruises. So having your own personal space to go and have a look out and just check out the wildlife and the mountains is so very important. Right, come on, David, he's having a break. So what have you thought about this cruise on the Celebrity Solstice?
Well, I think the final biggest mistake you could ever make is deciding to start packing at
Well, 11:30.
11:32 in the evening.
When we have to be off the ship at 7 a.m. Well, but outside of our cabin at about 7 a.m.
I know. Somebody said it was 6:30. I think they're telling lies.
No, I don't think that's quite
not
true. No.
Well, they'll be knocking us up in morning if it is, won't they? Anyway, what have I thought of the ship? And this cruise in general. Alaska's just beautiful. It's so beautiful, guys. And
I forgot how beautiful it is.
yeah, but also I think how changeable it is, and I think there is a little bit of beauty in that as well. Yes, it's nice to have blue skies, gorgeous weather, but the rainy days were so lovely as well. When it was raining outside and you just came back inside and you got all cozy and snug and really looked how gorgeous the world really is. I actually think that is my biggest takeaway from this, is to really appreciate how beautiful everything is.
And like I said, I think the ship genuinely is quite perfect for Alaska as well. With all of those panoramic windows, there's so much to do on board, so many activities. The entertainment's great for when you are sailing in those days. It's been fantastic. I've had such a fabulous trip, guys. Thank you so much for joining in with us. We do really, really appreciate it. You sticking with us, especially with our camera issues that we've had. So we haven't been quite filming as good as we could do because of my broken camera. We thank you for sticking along with us. Please do hit that subscribe button and the like button, because we've got so much more cruise content coming. Lots of new ships, lots of new places, and we can't wait to take you along on those journeys with us. So I guess that's it till next time. Happy cruising!